Good evening. This is Michael Lilborn Williams coming to you live from Clarksville, Tennessee. We are dispensing of our normal protocol of broadcast to bring you this very special emergency broadcast. This is dire. We need for you to listen carefully and to listen closely. All of you already know there is an eclipse of the sun that is going to happen on the 8th, which on my calendar right now, that is just about 1 day and 3 hours from right now. You have very little time to prepare for this. However, you've been warned for quite some time that this eclipse is coming. I don't know why you have not yet prepared for this day. It's been told about, it has been foretold, and it is absolutely necessary that you be prepared for this event coming up tomorrow, just about 27 hours from now. So there is little time to waste. In this emergency broadcast, we want to let you know that yes, this has been predicted for a very long time. Many years it has been predicted. However, the one that happened in this same area just a few years ago, it was predicted also many, many years before it happened. You see, because of the ability to track the sun, the moon, the stars by astrologists, they are able to predict in some time in advance as to when one of these events is going to take place. But now there is an emergency because Christianity has gotten hold of a very normal event that takes place somewhere on the planet at least 2 times a year. So you can do the numbers and see how many times that has happened in the last, let's just take in 6,000 years. The other times there have been many, many more, multiple more partial eclipses. This one, though, has gotten everyone's attention. And we would like to assure you in this emergency broadcast that absolutely nothing spiritual is going to happen. I hope we got your attention. And as all others since the early 80s, I have interrupted programming no matter where I was, to let you know that all of the end time prophecies by the Pat Robertsons of this world and the myriad of others, I've come out in advance and let you know they are wrong. They have lied to you, and they've lied to you again, simply for the advantage of taking advantage. An eclipse of the sun is a very normal event. It just doesn't happen as often as the sun rising and setting, but it is a very predictable event. It means nothing spiritual. We are going to have a wonderful show out for you. We just did one last week that included the signs of the times. We didn't even stop to think about the eclipse coming up. But in that, we went into detail, and we're going to go into detail again after the eclipse. You will get this next broadcast. And we explained to you about the signs of the times. Jesus is the one who taught about the signs of the times. One of them was Jesus. And Jesus said there's going to be 2 signs that would be given. Actually, he said to this wicked and adulterous generation, that's not this one. It's the one before the cross. He said, no sign shall be given except that of the prophet Jonas. The sign of the prophet Jonas was he is 3 days in the belly of the whale, and even so, Jesus would be 3 days in the belly of the earth. This sign has already produced what the sign of the time that it was in. That time passed 2,000 years ago. Jesus also said in Matthew 24, he said that this gospel will be preached throughout the world. The term world is okameni. It is not any other term. It's not cosmos. It's not aeon. Cosmos would have been the whole world, but this isn't even an age. These words are completely different. The word okameni means a specific region, and in its context, according to the Greek, it means the Roman Empire. So Jesus said that the words that he was speaking would spread throughout the Roman Empire, and then the end would come. And it did. It was the cross. The end of all things, the end of all time, calculating prophecy. That's what the end of time is. The end of time is not the end of this world or this cosmos. It's never been predicted in the Bible. It is the end of an age and the end of a time in which God has forecast everything that was to happen up to and including the work of the cross, the death, the burial, and the resurrection. That powerful insight happened exactly the way that God said it would. Every sign was fulfilled. There are no signs of the times today. What about the list in Matthew 24? Read it. After every one of it, it says, but the time is not yet. So what we find, and other translations bring it out very clearly, it just point blank says, this is not a sign of the times. It just simply is not. However, at the cross, we did have an earthquake. We had a darkening of the sun. All of these things did take place, but Jesus said that's not the sign. The sign is he was going to be 3 days in the belly of the earth, and his message would be preached throughout the Roman Empire, and then the end would come. We are living in a very hyper-spiritual religious world that is in denial of the gospel of Jesus Christ. They are in denial of the gospel of peace and the gospel of grace. We are here to tell you that we are speaking up from the gospel revolution and Mike Williams Ministries and letting you know that something is going to happen on Monday the 8th. For over a week, they've been talking about the messages that they're getting about Iran possibly doing some form of attack against the U.S. or against Israel. That could happen on Monday. Car wrecks will probably happen on Monday, maybe because of people looking into the sky to see what's going wrong. Park your car. Wear your glasses. We are letting you know that we are putting our all on the line to let you know that the end of the world is not coming on the 8th of May and the 8th of April, 2023. We're putting our all on the line. The only thing I ask you is, for the first time in these 30, 40 years almost, that you give me some credit here for being right. And please hold it against these guys for being wrong. And tune into the Gospel Revolution that would let you at least know, why do we have such confidence to be able to say that this, even though the whole world has gone crazy with this and saying that this coming across the United States, since when did the United States become the center of the universe? These eclipses happen approximately 2 times a year. Total eclipse. So we wanted to come on with this emergency broadcast because it's an emergency. People are going crazy. You calm down and enjoy the eclipse. I'm going to drive up, if the traffic's not too bad coming out of Nashville, I'm going to drive up to where my daughter is. We'll have about 90% eclipse here. But they say that if you're not right in it, that it's a difference between daylight and dark, right? Even at 90%. The sun is a very wonderful thing. Goodness gracious. 1% of the energy that comes, from the sun in 1 second. 1 second of energy that comes from the sun is enough energy to power the entire planet and everything that happens on it for several thousands of years. Isn't that amazing? The absolute equal exchange between energy absorbed and energy returned, or the planet would explode. The absolute amazing event. There's many amazing things about this. That the moon, which is 400 times smaller than the sun, is going to completely eclipse the sun. Why? Because it's 400 times closer to the earth. Yeah, just kind of happened that way. Well, we hope you went through the wonderful series that we did on creation. You'll find out, no, it wasn't just an accident. It's not just a happenstance. Life is here on this earth because God is a creator, and that same creator became our Savior. We hope you enjoy this week. Enjoy the eclipse. We really do love you guys.